All right. It looked like I'm back. All right. Let's see at my back. It looks like I'm back. There's somebody posted what happened. Uh yeah, I don't the everything shut down. My mouse stopped working, then my keyboard stopped working when I went over there to check, and then the system rebooted. So maybe whatever was wrong won't be wrong anymore. Whatever was wrong won't be wrong anymore. I hope everybody's doing good. I'm gonna give it a minute. Uh, the internet wasn't bad. The whole computer was bad. I don't know what happened. Look, if it happened again, I'm just out. I'm not gonna start this thing 6, 7, 8 times. If we go bad again, the show is over. The show is over. Uh, yeah, if I didn't touch stuff, then I wouldn't be able to do nothing. So, sorry. I don't know what to tell y'all. Sierra, I see you. Good afternoon. We got Dante in the house. Good afternoon. I already said good afternoon to Anthony. I said again. Daryl Carpenter in the house. Good afternoon. Diane Huddleston Angel, good afternoon. I said good afternoon to Erica Hummins out there in Reading. Lewis Talbert, good afternoon. Brent Beard in the house. Good afternoon, Brent. Good afternoon. Jacqueline Carter, good afternoon, representing Evanston. Let me see. I'm kind of giving it a minute because the show was up and then everything went haywire. And again, if we go bad again and the show cut off, enjoy your weekend. Try to stay cool and be the reason that somebody smile. All right. Uh, see David Herring in the house. Good afternoon. Y'all know I was kind of watching Wyatt. He's still on. Last I heard, he was talking to Twin. Nat Turner, good afternoon. Tria in the house. Good afternoon, Tria, representing Avondale. Maria Smith, representing North College Hill. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I know when I get out of here, I got 2 relatively small orders that I need to get out this weekend, but I probably won't hit them until tomorrow because they are kind of small. So I'll be able to hit them and finish them up tomorrow. When I get off of here today, I'm going out. I remember I talked about this earlier this year, but I'm going out to charge up my AC. I got no AC in my car. When I turn on the AC, it just blow out hot air now. Just hot air. I turn it all the way to cold. It just be hot. So yeah, I got to recharge that AC system today, and I'm doing it the so-called correct way. I'm pulling vacuum and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm not just going to get the can of stuff, and I've done that before. That I feel like that means I got a leak in my system somewhere. So I might have to add some of the little UV dye and run my things, and then in about a week or so, I'll get out there, with the UV light and see if I can figure out where my leak is. But yeah, I believe today I'm filling up the system with refrigerant so that I can have some cold air. It's too hot out here to not have cold air. And I'm cool driving with the windows down. I mean, that helps. But then I jump in Mrs. Livingston's car, and she got cold air. You know what I'm saying? She be in her car like, it's cold here. And I'd be mad. I'd be like, that's not funny, because I'm hot, So, yeah, that's the plan for today. That's the plan for today. The Chevette, Brent, the Chevette did not have AC. It just had air. So I didn't have a choice. But this car has AC that has worked. So I think that means I got a leak in my system somewhere. I just have to figure out where it is. Right. I'm too grown to not have AC. I agree with you. And so I got to do it. Darren Edwards representing Madisonville. Good afternoon. Dina Johnson out there in Walnut Hills. Good afternoon. Davis Herring says a great day to fix the moped. That's next week. Butler Brown, good afternoon. He's out there in Cartersville, Georgia. Pat Rogers, good afternoon. No, I'm not going to sabotage the show. Maria Smith, representing North College Hill. Good afternoon. Nakia, good afternoon to you. David Herring say next week. Yeah, next week. I'm pulling that little one-cylinder engine off next week and buying the parts, and I'll rebuild it next week. Yeah. It shouldn't take me a week to rebuild it. Then I'll put it together. Ben says, too grown for a moped. I don't know if it's any such thing. I would ride an electric bike too. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about, I know I was talking about the scooter. So I was thinking about the scooter, but I'm also thinking about a e-bike. Again, look, where I could my Sundays could be like super simple and fuel efficient. I go to one church, which is maybe 10 minutes away. If I take the streets and go to speed limit. And then the other church is maybe 10 minutes from that church. And then come home, which is maybe 10 minutes from that church, because I'm going kind of this way and then this way and then this way. I'm about 10 minutes from everything. So I could do an e-bike, I could do a moped, I could do a scooter. And, I'd be cool out there. I'd be cool. If I get an e-bike, I want one of them ones with the big wheels, the big fat tires. But we'll see what happens. Pamela Kinney, good afternoon, representing North Avondale. Good afternoon. Diane says, I wouldn't mind an electric bike as well. But the electric bikes, I've been looking at the good ones, they like $3,000, $3,500, $4,000 for the ones that I want. And then I'm like, I could go buy a scooter for that. And then, of course, Mrs. Livingston, like, you could buy a motorcycle for that. I'm like, So, Jess says, how about a tricycle? I don't want a tricycle. Nat says, those e-bikes look cool. In Europe, they ride bikes all day, every day. Yeah, I'm not against the e-bikes. So I gotta weigh what I'm gonna do. But like I said, I got that moped in there. It's in there. I mean, it ain't going nowhere. So I might as well go ahead and fix it. Even if I don't ride it, I'll fix it. And I mean, I'll ride it a few times at least. But we'll see what happens. Other than that, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing good. Sorry, I got my little USB-C cable. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody's staying cool. Y'all don't have much to talk about today. I've been busy all day. I've been busy. I've been running, not literal running. Probably should have been. Get rid of some of this fat, but I've been running all day, doing stuff. Somebody called me and said, "Hey, Alicia Reese is on Lincoln. Are you listening?" And I was like, "No, I don't have time. I'm focused on something else." And they was like, "Okay." And then they was trying to talk to me, and I'm like, "I don't have time to talk. I'm focused on something." So I had to let them go. So what was Alicia Reese talking about today? I mean, I know they signed was she talking about the new contract with the Bengals? I know they signed the contract with the Bengals, or at least that's what was reported. And the Bengals are going to be paying like $1 million a year for some period of time, and then it's going to go up to $2 million a year, which, I guess that's all right. Do they have control of Paul Brown Stadium? Any more control of Paul Brown Stadium? The county. Did they wrestle any control of Paul Brown Stadium away from the Bengals? Like, can they determine things that happen in Paul Brown Stadium and the Bengals not veto it? Like, right now, could I rent Paul Brown Stadium and do a show? Jacqueline Carter says there is no contract. I thought I saw on the news, and I just saw the headlines, that they had come to terms on the contract and that Alicia voted, or she abstained, and Dumas, I'm not going to tell you how I had to remember her name, Stephanie Dumas and Driehaus voted yes. Edward says, Alicia says there is no new lease. Well, hold on. Now I got to look it up. I know I saw that headline anyway. This is from June 26th, which is yesterday. Hamilton County and the Bengals reached an agreement to keep Bengals at Paycor Stadium. Facing a critical deadline on Monday. This is Todd Dykes and Giacomo Luca from WOWT.com. Facing a critical deadline on Monday, Hamilton County leaders and the Cincinnati Bengals announced on Thursday that they're moving forward with a new lease agreement that will keep the team playing at Paycor Stadium through at least 2036. Commissioners Denise Driehaus and Stephanie Summerall Dumas voted in favor of a negotiation resolution. Commissioner Alicia Reese abstained. We are, quote, this is a quote from Driehaus, "We are entering into an agreement in collaboration with the Bengals. As you know, that has been a strained relationship in the past, but we are coming together today to announce the terms for a new lease." The resolution passed authorizing negotiation of a new lease agreement with the Cincinnati Bengals. Okay, so they authorized them to negotiate a lease? I'm not understanding. Katie Blackburn, who's the executive vice president of the Bengals, said, "This is a significant day for the Bengals and Hamilton County as we secure the team's future in Cincinnati. We thank the Hamilton County commissioners." How did you just jump like that? "We thank the Hamilton County commissioners for supporting this agreement to ensure Paycor Stadium remains an excellent venue and a focal point for Cincinnati's riverfront. We are proud to call Paycor Stadium our home and to keep our future here in Cincinnati where it belongs. The new lease terms presented Thursday include $350 million. So if they got the new terms, the lease framework was announced on Thursday. shows funding for renovation work at Paycor will involve 75-25 split down from the county's past contribution of 88. So what is it then? Andrew says, what went out in the news is not true. Okay, I'm really confused then. She said the media is reporting wrong information. She said that she didn't vote because there was nothing to really vote on. She said they voted to negotiate a lease. Well, I guess we'll see. Eventually, Alicia said they just playing games. Well, it seems like the Bengals and the other two commissioners seem to think that they have an agreement of some sort. And, if and I'm not saying Alicia's not telling the truth or she's not aware, but maybe she's the only one who's aware or something like that. I don't know. I would like for the county, and I'm not I don't negotiate stuff like this. I don't negotiate this stuff, of course. I would love to see county, you own the building. You're leasing the building to the Bengals. You go ahead and do all the upgrades that's needed. Go ahead and I'm not even against, hey, if this many stadiums get this, then y'all got to do it for us too. I'm not against that. County pay 100%. Bengals pay a good, significant lease and have no control over what happens in our building when they're not using it. I like that idea. It's our building. We paid for it. We built it. We'll keep it up. We'll keep it up to the standard of, other stadiums. But you don't have any say. I think that's the way it should be. But that's just me. That's just me. Edward says, I wish you could have heard Alicia because you're better at understanding those things. How do I say this? Because, people going to automatically say that I am anti-Alicia, and I'm not. I didn't even hear anything Alicia said. But just because somebody says something, don't make it true. And that includes the news. So just because the news said it doesn't make it true. And just because Alicia said it doesn't make it true. It may be true. Actually, both of them could be telling the truth based on what I just read. It sounds like they've agreed to negotiate a lease. They've kind of agreed to a certain framework. Like, okay, here is kind of, you're going to do this, we going to do this, we going to give you this, and you're going to do that. And we'll work out the details later. But it's like all the other details, you know what I'm saying? You know how you agree on something? Okay, I agree to buy that car for this much money. You're like, all right, we got an agreement. Cool. Now, I'm going to take it and get it checked out first. And, based on what I hear, we can kind of negotiate based on that. If they like, oh, you need a whole new transmission, I might not buy that car. You might be like, okay, I'll give you however much on the transmission and cut a little bit off the price or what. You're like, in principle, I agree to do this, but there's still some details that we need to work out. And that's kind of what I read. That's what it sounds like to me. We got a deal in principle. We'll work out all the details, all the particulars. And I could see how somebody could look at that and say, then we don't have an agreement. We don't have an agreement. If we ain't signed nothing and we still working out the details, we don't have an agreement, because all of that could fall apart. So I could see how, but again, I didn't hear what Alicia Reese had to say. So I can't really tell you. I can't really tell you. But okay. Twin talking gang talk. We don't talk gang talk here, bro. We don't talk gang talk. Let me see. What else? What else? Alicia can't do anything if she can't convince the two other commissioners. All right. Anthony says, Alicia said what they have is an agreement to agree on an agreement that basically has no teeth or promise that benefits the taxpayers. I think that's I'll be trying to think of the right words to say. Because my initial instinct be to say something, and then somebody be like, oh, you dogging out Alicia Reese. Oh, you dogging out the county. Oh, you dogging out this. But I think that's a not so nice way of saying we agree in principle, but we haven't worked out the details. Because again, anybody could come in and say, then we don't have an agreement. We don't have an agreement when you kind of do. But if your whole move has been, I want to show the people that I'm fighting for the people. And one way that I'm going to show the people that I'm fighting for the people is, to be the lone standout and all of this stuff. And then that way, I can always be like, hey, I was fighting for you, But like, I know it's going down. I mean, once you know something is going down, like, okay, we agree. You agree, I agree. You agree, I agree. You agree. And then I can come to you and be like, this ain't a good deal. But I know, now I'm just saying stuff. We ain't even really got no deal. They just talking. They just saying stuff. And they agreed to not agree, and you like, but it sounds good because I can be like, this is a bad deal because it ain't no deal. And I'm here fighting for y'all, and I'm the one trying to let y'all know what's going on, and I'm the one this, and I'm the one that. Well, really, it's going to happen. Nat says she ain't about to have her name on a bad lease. All right. Anthony says agreeing on specifics isn't exactly having a contract. I don't know what that means. Nate says, I heard Alicia say people risk their lives to vote for her. I was like, damn. I didn't hear that. But come on now. We all know, you know what I'm saying? Alicia Reese is really great at, I don't even know exactly what you call it. She kind of does the same thing that Trump does. Like she's a fighter and she's always fighting for you, and everybody is against her and everybody is against everything that she's for, and she has to fight to make it happen. And she's always the victim of people, and all of that kind of stuff, and people buy it. I mean, people buy it. I done told y'all, if she told y'all how her morning go. Her alarm was set for 5 o'clock in the morning, but the CG&E, they ain't CG&E no more. They Duke Energy cut off the electricity, and so her alarm didn't go off, but she fought to wake up in time anyway. And then she reset the alarm, and then she hit the snooze button, and the snooze button was against her, and she got up out the bed. The floor was too cold and the temperature of the floor was against her, but she fought her way to the bathroom. Then she turned on the water, but the water didn't want to come on, but she fought to get the water on. But then she brushed her teeth, and the toothpaste didn't want to come out the container, but she fought and squeezed till the toothpaste came out. And then she brushed her teeth, and she didn't want to brush the teeth right, and the bristles was coming out the brush, but she fought to stick the bristles back in the brush, and she brushed her teeth. And then she got in the shower, and when she turned on the water, the hot water didn't want to come on, and so she fought to get some hot water, and then she got the hot water, and she, you know what I'm saying? Her morning is gonna be a fight. That's her thing. That's her thing. And the way I see it, you just have to believe that she, doing the best. But she got to tell her story her way. You know what I'm saying? And again, if it works, so yeah, people risk their lives to vote for her. I'm sure somebody somewhere did. The story don't sound as good as, I woke up this morning, I was a little tired, I hit the snooze button a couple times. I was cold, but I went on downstairs and, brushed my teeth and got a shower, got me some coffee and got out the house. That don't sound as good as the struggle. You overcame something, and people love a story by somebody who done overcame something. So she has tapped into something. She has tapped into something, and she tells her stories the way she tells her stories, and she keep getting elected to stuff. People love that stuff. People love that stuff. And I would say, based on everything I've heard, she's doing a good job. So if she want to, embellish the fight a little bit, let her have that. Let her have that. Why not? We all come up against resistance probably on a daily basis. We all come up against resistance on a daily basis. And it ain't, you can't blame, because some people know how to tell their story and some other people don't. You can't blame that. She know what she doing. She know what she doing. But I don't know. They said there was a deal, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Who's that? Yo Underwood said she gets things done and share information with the black community that the others don't. She does share. I think she does share information with the black community that others don't. I think I agree with that. I think I agree with that. And that's important. And that's what I was trying to share that. I was trying to share that. Again, y'all know I had to pause because I'd be like, do I really want to say this stuff out loud? Because people, take stuff that you say a certain way. But sometimes you just have to tell the story. When she was elected and Stephanie Summerall Dumas was elected, and I remember Bobby Hilton was Dumas's chief of staff or whatever it was. And I had expressed to Hilton, this was when I was at the radio station. I had expressed to Hilton that if Dumas needed to get her message out, first I had expressed to Dumas that you really need to get your message out. People, this community needs to hear from you. We need to actually hear your voice. We need to hear you updating us on what's going on in the county on a regular basis. This is what needs to happen. And, whatever. I guess it was whatever. And then I had expressed to Mr. Hilton, Bishop Hilton, Bobby Hilton, I had expressed to him, look, if she wants to get her message out, the afternoon experience, because that's what it was then, the afternoon experience is open to her having an opportunity to come on and share information with the community. And Mr. Hilton seemed to believe, we'll come on Lincoln Show and, we'll be fine. We'll come on Lincoln Show and we'll be fine. And I'll express to him, this is the controversial part, and I expressed to him, Dumas is not going to get a fair shot on the Lincoln Ware Show. She's not going to have the access to the Lincoln Ware Show that Alicia Reese has. She's just not. It's not going to happen. Alicia Reese is his personal friend. They work together. They like each other. They scratch each other's back. They are cool. She is not going to get the same opportunity to come on that show and share information. Man, Hilton, he wasn't feeling me. He wasn't hearing me. I think we'd be all right. I think we'd be all right, And I'm like, I'm open. And it was like, nah, we straight going on Lincoln Show. And I was like, okay. All right. And that was the end of it for me. And then next thing I know, they was battling. Lincoln and Dumas people was battling. And I was thinking, I told you. But people don't listen. Dante say everybody avoided coming on your show like the plague. Well, yeah, because yes, but I know why. It makes sense why. I'm not. Anytime I pause like this, I'm trying to think of the right words to say. I might ask a question that you don't want asked, but a question that I perceive that the community wants to know the answer to. So yeah, if you come on the show, I'm going to ask some questions. I'm not just going to grin and reinforce whatever it is that you're saying. If I don't agree with you, actually, even if I do, I'm going to be like, I tend to agree with that, but what about people who might say, you know what I'm saying? to give you opportunity, and people don't like that. People just like their talk show hosts to agree, and anybody who don't agree to challenge the person who don't agree and answer questions for them and all of that kind of stuff. That's what people like. And, I was never going to be that. So, yeah, that's why they avoid it. That's why they avoid it. Lincoln said he wasn't battling. Dumas' sister was the one who was stirring the pot. Well, I remember when Dumas apparently said something at the dedication of the Black Music Walk of Fame. Dumas' sister wasn't saying nothing. It was Lincoln who was on the air talking about how dare she have the nerve. That was Lincoln stirring that pot. That wasn't nobody's sister or nothing else. That was 100% Lincoln Ware on air stirring that pot. And then I remember when Alicia Reese called in, he continued to stir the pot. What about people who was up there saying stuff? I'm not going to say no names, but people who was up there saying stuff, that wasn't nobody's sister. And I know he'll say, well, I never said her name. I never said her name. But come on, we all know who you was talking about. You was stirring the pot. And her sister kind of jumped to her defense. So, yeah. But people tell their story, back to it. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know where the agreement is. But I guess we'll see. We'll see. He does. Lincoln does love the messy. Because he thinks it makes for good radio. And sometimes it does. Sometimes it does. You call it Lincoln now? He probably watching. He responds to stuff in detail. He can't be. I didn't hear that. Nah, you heard it. You gave details. What else? Of course, the Diddy thing. That'll be going to the jury, and unless it already did. That'll be going to the jury. And again, I think he gonna get off. Here's my question though. Diddy gets off, right? Let's just say he's found not guilty on all charges. Is he redeemed? Or is he still, kind of forget Diddy? We don't support him. We don't welcome him back to the community. Exactly what that means, I don't know, because he's not going to live in my neighborhood. But, are we still like, we don't accept you back into the community? Because we do know you was beating chicks, and aren't we sending the message that that's bad? Like as a community, aren't we still, whether you're found not guilty, we are not celebrating a not guilty for Diddy, because even if you're not found guilty of the crimes that you were accused of, at least now we know without a doubt you was beating chicks up, and we are sending the message to you and from the community that that's not acceptable. Darren says he was never part of the community. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know if it's fair to say he was never part of it. He was clearly at one point part of the community. There's no doubt about it. They'll say if Diddy get off, no pun intended, and no Diddy, he moving to another country. Watch. I think he should have to. Because I think, this ain't going to sound good, but I think he should not be welcome anywhere. I think he should not be welcome anywhere. Now, will people still welcome him? I'm pretty sure they will. Darren says, when? 20 years ago? Certainly. Yeah. Okay, let's say 20 years ago. Let's say 40 years ago. He was part of the community. You said he was never part of the community. That's what I'm saying. He was. Diddy was a rap mogul. If you see Diddy out, you know what I'm saying? Let's say you downtown for a Bengals game that you shouldn't be watching. You downtown for a Bengals game. You stop in one of these fancy restaurants and you see Diddy in there. You see him walking out as you walking in or walking in as you walking out. Y'all know how people are. Can I get a picture with you? Blah, blah, blah. Nobody should do that. If anything, people should shame him. Do that finger thing. I never understood what that meant, but it means something. Shame. Shame. As he walked by. Shame. Shame. And then you go about your business. But how many of y'all would still want a picture with Diddy? Tanika said, you always skipping my comments. I thought we were friends now. We are. And I didn't skip your comment. I may not have seen your comment, but I didn't skip your comment. She says, Diddy will be, I had to scroll back to find it. Diddy will be R. Kelly, whether he's found guilty or not, in my opinion. People still gonna be, oh, Diddy, can I get your autograph? Oh, can I get a picture with you? Oh, that's still gonna happen. That's still gonna happen. Here's the truth. Here's the truth. Diddy's still gonna get women. Knowing who he is, knowing what he do, he's still gonna get women. And they still gonna have freak-offs. They still gonna have freak-offs. And that's why when I be telling y'all, women, y'all dictate what acceptable behavior is. Now, I'm not saying every woman, because every woman wouldn't have put up with it in the first place. But now, who can say, well, I didn't know what kind of person he was. We all know what kind of person he was. He didn't deny the charges. Basically, his defense said he did all that stuff. Yep, he sure did. That just means he is a swinger and, he has had some issues in terms of domestic violence problems. But we don't think that he's guilty of the crimes that they're saying. So, yeah, he didn't say, I never beat Cassie. I didn't punch her in the eye and make her cover it up. I didn't beat Jane. I didn't, throw her down and kick her and all that stuff. He's not saying he didn't do that stuff. So he did it. But he'll still get women. And what are they going to be thinking? Well, he did it to them, but he won't do it to me. Now, here's what they're going to be thinking. Would I let him kick my ass for that kind of money? I have to think about, weigh the pros and cons. Okay, maybe I will have to let some dude pee in my mouth and get my ass kicked. But That's the con. But I'll be able to travel around the world. I'll be able to, he'll be paying my rent. I have access to the best bags and clothes and all that kind of stuff. And they weighing pros and cons. Pros and cons. And there's still going to be chicks that's like, okay, I will participate in a 4-day sex marathon where I have to be drugged up to do it. Let people urinate on me and in my mouth and all that kind of stuff and rub stuff on Diddy's nipples. I'll do all of that stuff for the money. It's worth it. For the money, it's worth it. Anthony says he can pee on me for access to all that change. What? Okay. And some people have a price. Anthony, I did not necessarily think that you had a price for that, but hey, to each, I would have said to each her own, but to each his own. Troy, I don't know. When he said it, I read it. I'm a little shocked, but different people have their standards. Dina says there are men and women doing that for free, sadly. Remember, there are men included in the lawsuits. Yeah. Jerica, that's what he said. I just read what he put up there. Who am I to judge? I'm not here to judge that man. If he say he'll let Diddy pee on him for that money, hey, you know what I'm saying? Who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? I'm sorry. I'm just shocked that he said it. I'm shocked that he said it. Like some people who think it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ponder stuff in the deep recesses of your mind. He just came out and said it. I'm not going to lie. I was shocked. And it feels like judgment, but it's not judgment. It's not judgment. Oh, my goodness. Ooh. Brent.
We got to stop this. Anthony Prosser's phone was hacked. I'm going to call it. His phone was hacked. You know, Iran is pissed at us for Trump alleging he destroyed nuclear facilities, so even though he didn't. So, yeah, they just hacked his phone. So, no, he didn't. I don't see the message. It's not showing in my feed.
It
so
says,
it don't exist.
Plain as day. He can pee on me for access to all that change.
Oh, no. La, 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 la.
Oh, but I'm not judging. I'm not judging. I did not read it wrong. I read verbatim, because somebody on here says you read that wrong. No, I read verbatim what it said.
See, and folks like Brenda Early would be, and Sierra Brooks, yeah, I'm calling both of y'all out, would be upset with me if I posted that on the Friends page, like you imitating Bishop Bobby Hilton with the scooting down and pointing.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my goodness. we got conflict on a couple of different items here.
All right.
I texted you and I didn't get no message back. Number one, concerning the
Oh no,
live
you
stream.
didn't. You didn't get a message back yet, but I will. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you.
Okay, all right. And number two, you know, a lot of my childhood involved, watching the classics. Like Sanford and Son, Good Times. And I just figured out, sometimes you say, yeah, I'll be there tomorrow, and then you don't wind up showing up. You be treating us like that dad that says he's going to take you to Kings Island and y'all going to ride all the rides. And boy, you better be ready at 7 o'clock because we need to get there early because the line's going to be long. And I'm sitting out on the curb at 5:30 p.m. still looking down the street, waiting for you to come on.
No. That's your fault because I went on and I updated that post to say that the show would resume tomorrow. So
we're not talking about a single incident. This is.
I'm saying that's the equivalent of Daddy saying we going to Kings Island, we gonna ride everything, blah blah blah, and then Daddy ran down the street, he get into a car accident, and on the way to the hospital, he call you like, okay, we not gonna make it to Kings Island today, but I'ma make it up to you. I'll be there tomorrow, and then he shows up the next day. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah, and another thing that I related to is, do you remember Cousin Emma from Sanford and Son?
I can't say that I do.
All right, this is during the Grady episodes. Cousin Emma, it was Grady's cousin, came in town, and she needed a place to stay, and she wound up talking Grady into letting her stay in Lamont's room, and then Lamont would have to sleep in the same room with Grady. But every day, because she was going to find a job, something always came up, and she promised to make them a big breakfast. She promised them hot cakes and sausage and blueberry muffins and scrambled eggs, and she never delivered until they wound up tricking. I forgot how they tricked her to get her just to leave altogether. So yeah, so that's how you be treated us sometimes, but it's all right.
I don't necessarily know that I agree with the way you characterized that at all.
All right. And oh goodness. Yeah. Oh, we're talking about Diddy and freak offs. Do you remember the time, and goodness, now I sound like Rick Jr., but do you remember time on Martin where Martin attended a freak off, him and Tommy?
No.
And once they got to it was the Welcome Back Carter black dude. What's his name? Washington or whatever his name was.
Okay.
He invited Martin and Gina over, but something happened with Gina, and so it was just Tommy and Martin. And next thing you know, they all rubbing on Martin and Martin like, "Hey, I'm married." Then the Welcome Back Carter dude jumps out with a robe on, saying, "Who's getting in the hot tub?" And Martin was like, "Oh no, I'm out of here."
I vaguely remember that. I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, and Tommy had a girl riding on his back. He didn't want to go. I don't know if he actually left or what the deal was there. But yeah. But last but not least, it's time for the wrestling report.
All right, let's get it. And I gotta go do something real quick. But I hear you. Okay. I'm just about 4 steps away.
I missed that.
Nothing. Just go ahead and talk.
All right. So, Sammy versus Kerry, and this is Night of Champions for those that will be tuning in, and you got to tune in early because it's over in Saudi. So let's see, street fight: Rhea Ripley versus Big Back Rodriguez. I don't care about that match. You care about that one? Hello.
You asked me, do I care about that one?
Yes.
No, I really don't care about this card at all.
You don't care about Jacob Fatu versus Solo?
No, not really, because they've ruined. See, now I got to sit down. I wasn't finished doing what I was doing, but they've ruined Solo Sikoa as a character. So there's no real mistakes in my mind. I mean, I watch it, but they've ruined him as a character. Like, he was Jacob Fatu initially. And now he's just Solo Sikoa. So
yeah, he's not even head of the table or yeah. Okay. No, but I just want to see Jacob Fatu hit that springboard moonsault, to perfection like he always does.
It's a nice move.
But we got the final. Yes, we got the finals of the Queen of the Ring and the King of the Ring. You got Asuka versus Jade Cargill. Who you got in that one?
I don't know. I don't know who I got in that one. Of course, I'm rooting for Jade Cargill, but I'm not anti-Asuka either. So
yeah,
I don't really know.
I think some chicanery is going to go down with that one. I think because they're still not done with the whole thing with Naomi, so they could easily interject her in there. Oh yeah, and for folks, anytime they have pay-per-views over in Saudi Arabia, the women have to wear. The only thing they can show pretty much is their face, their hands, and their neck.
Right.
No other flesh is shown, but of course for our black sisters, we still seeing everything.
Yes.
It's crazy. But I think Asuka's going to win because she's coming back from a long injury. I forgot that she was even out that long. But she was out a good long time.
She was out for a long time.
For the men, we have Randy Orton versus Cody Raheem Devon Rhodes. Who do you got in that one?
I don't think either one of them will get a clean win. So I got Randy Orton winning, and it'll be some, interference or something like that.
Yeah. I got Randy winning because then King of the Ring now is like Money in the Bank, so he gets a title shot. So he'll go up against is Seth Rollins the champion? Who's the champion?
What's his name? He fighting Goldberg.
He's not going up against Gunther.
Yeah, you got
Gunther?
It's Gunther and who's the champion over on the other side? Gunther and ain't that a shame?
We are definitely dedicated to the. We're like, oh well, but yeah, but I'm not seeing that Gunther versus Goldberg
and Cena.
match.
Those are the champions.
Cena. Okay, yeah. So Randy Orton wins, and he goes on to face John Cena, and then loses to John Cena. So, yep. Or hold up. The next major pay-per-view would be SummerSlam. I take that back. Cody Rhodes wins and goes on to SummerSlam to go up against John Cena, and then that's when John Cena loses the belt. But somehow he's able to turn back babyface so he can end his career as a babyface.
Okay.
But and then the last one is John Cena versus CM Punk. We know Cena's going over. That's an easy one,
right?
From that standpoint. But yeah, I was looking at the card on Bleacher Report, and I did not see that Goldberg match. I heard that he had got hurt during his initial confrontation again with him over a 3-year-old, a year and a half old conflict.
Yeah, but the Goldberg match is going to be on a Saturday night main event.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in Atlanta. So in Atlanta, because they want him cheered and everything for his last match.
Okay. All right. Yep. So yeah, I guess that one still will happen. But yeah, but I think that's all I got. And once again, stop promising us big breakfast and you don't deliver. And pick us up when you say you're gonna pick us up and take us to Kings Island.
I'll try to do better.
And once again, AP's phone was hacked. That's the story I'm going with. AP's phone was hacked.
Oh, hey, I might come in. I might pick y'all up. Just tell your mama to be waiting. Y'all might have to wait in the car while I talk to your mama for a minute.
Oh, hell no. You have a good weekend.
You do the same. All right, that was Brent. Excuse me. That was Brent. Nat says, are these wrestlers considered athletes? They do athletic things. A lot of them are actual athletes. I don't know that, the wrestling part makes them athletes. If anything, that makes them more actors, maybe even stunt performers. Because, to some degree, that's really just what they are. They're actors and stunt performers, taking risks. Because they get hurt a lot doing what it is that they do. But what they do is a lot of times very athletic. So, if that understands. If that helps you understand. Quintano says actors. Yeah. Daryl says, was that a mama joke? No, not at all. Not at all. I saw Nate said he watched the first 2 episodes of Ironheart. I talked a little bit about that yesterday. Not a big fan. I'll finish watching it. It was okay. I finished watching it. It was just a few things about it that, I didn't really care for. But it was okay. But no, I was talking about putting responsibility on women for how men treat women as a society, and in our case, as a community. So that's what I was talking about when Brent called. Didn't a wrestler die in a ring? A number of wrestlers have died in the ring. A number of them have died in the ring. They take a lot of risks. I saw this story. This is out of Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic. Tampa Bay Rays shortstop Wander Franco. I don't watch baseball. I told y'all I don't even consider it a real sport. It's a vigorous activity. I don't really consider it a sport. But that's just my opinion. Wander Franco was convicted of sexually abusing a child and handed a 2-year suspended sentence on yesterday. He was arrested last year after being accused of a 4-month relationship with a girl who was 14 at the time, and apparently transferred thousands of dollars to her mother to consent to the illegal relationship. He's 24. He was found not guilty of charges of sexual and commercial exploitation against a minor and human trafficking. Prosecutors had requested a 5-year prison sentence and a 10-year sentence against the girl's mother, who was also found guilty, and she was sentenced to 10 years. I'm a little bit happy about this and a little bit not. A little bit happy about this and a little bit not. How you a 20-something-year-old in a sexual relationship with a 14-year-old paying her mama off? Should the mama have gotten 10 years? Yes. Yes, the mama got 10 years. The mama got 10 years. That's good. That I like to see. But he got, what did I say, a 2-year suspended sentence? That means he ain't even going to jail. That can't be acceptable. My niece did not agree with my take on Ironheart. Is this the same one who did agree with my take on the new Good Times? She got to start agreeing with me. But yeah, no, you gotta, we gotta start. I'm just, as a society, worldwide, we gotta start protecting children more. Especially, well, not especially, but teenagers, even from themselves. If you 14 and you find a 24-year-old man attractive, who can kind of blame you for that? And you 14 and you know what I'm saying? You feel like, oh, I can handle, whatever come with that or whatever. But you 14, you don't know. 14-year-olds don't know how ignorant they are. We don't find out until much later in life sometimes how ignorant we were when we were teenagers. And so in cases like this, you really have to protect teenagers from themselves. CK?
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Livingston?
CK, I'm doing well. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. I like the topic you was talking about with P. Diddy. You made a great, excellent point, because I'm the person you was talking about when, like, you'll be taking a picture with Diddy, like, yeah, that was me who you was talking about.
Oh.
I'm one of those people. And then you were talking about the women, as they should, because, American women are attracted to those type of guys. You know what I mean? The bad boys. He is the king of bad boy records. What woman don't want? That's what American women love, is a bad boy. That's probably how he came up with the name, don't you think?
Possibly, but you're telling me honestly that you still think if Diddy is found not guilty, and really even for you, if Diddy is found guilty, gets out of jail, you're still gonna be like a Diddy fan. Like if you see him, like, oh, can I get a picture, bro? I love you. You my hero. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, he's nothing but he is what I thought he were. He is what I thought he were. He's nothing. Nothing has been illusion to me. Has been, what's the word? Nothing has been to me enlightened. Everything that they showed me, he talked about this in his music, sir.
So explain to me, in your mind, why is it okay to do the things that we now know that he was doing? Why do you think that's okay?
No, it's not okay, sir. No.
Then why?
No.
Well, to help me understand, if there's someone doing things that you know is not okay, how do you still look up to that person as some sort of a hero?
Sir, we are. I don't look at him. I don't look at him as a hero, sir. I look at him as a zero. I'm not impressed with that guy. He's just average. He's just a regular guy. But I would take a picture with him because of his status. I don't look at him. I don't look up to him like he's better than me. I think no. But I do respect his accomplishments in the music game. Put it like that. In the music game, I do respect his accomplishments. His accomplishments.
And so
why?
And so you would be wanting to take a picture with him because you respect his accomplishments?
Yeah, but the thing is just like it's just, you got to understand when it comes to these people like this. This is who runs American society. Like you hit Miss Sally last night on a call. What about Diddy? And then she shifted. Every time you ask about, this is who runs America. So to make alliances with people and make relationships with people, you use these type of people. Now, I'm not saying what they're doing is okay, but I have to deal with snakes to climb my way to the top.
But you
have to deal with these type of people.
But you really are saying it's okay when you still celebrate them after learning about the horrible things that they're doing.
Sir, I didn't learn anything I already knew when he was doing. He told you, just like Donald Trump, the president of America, told you. He said, I grabbed them. I don't even have to ask. So why do you have to? I don't have to watch a documentary to know who he is. I already know who he is. Just buy a P Diddy album. So why would I change now because of a court case?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not, a big hip hop guy. I listened to some, in the '90s. I listened to some Bad Boy records, produced stuff. But where in his music did he talk about the fact that he beats the crap out of women?
Ready to Die album. Biggie Smalls.
No, did he?
C4,
Did he? When did Diddy say he does
hold
that?
On. Hold on. Diddy
Okay.
is Biggie. He's on the album. It's him. Every song that Biggie. So when he's telling you, all I heard was Papa don't hit me no more. He's right there with Diddy. So wait a minute. Wait.
Hold on. I'm just trying to understand. So Diddy said in a record, I'll be smacking bitches. Like Diddy said that. I'll be kicking them and punching them and slamming them.
Okay, now you got me on that. I can't say for a fact that
I don't
he
have
said
you.
that,
I'm asking you. I don't know.
Oh yeah. No, I can say this though. He was on every song with Biggie, and Biggie did make reference to beating on women, and he was celebrating Biggie, his right hand man, for this. And he makes worse references to children. So I'm saying he already told you he was a sicko when it comes to sex. Those Harlem cats are very nasty, sir. It's a lot of nastiness in Harlem.
And so you're okay with celebrating. You're okay with celebrating that.
No, I'm not. No, his actions are not being celebrated. I'm celebrating his accomplishments in music, Livingston. His accomplishments in music. You cannot put that stuff on me.
I think that's celebrating once you know about the bad stuff and you're still celebrating him. You're celebrating him.
What? You think so?
Yes.
Nah. Oh my God. Oh, yeah. Let me hit you back, man. I'm sorry.
All right.
Sorry about that.
You still there? Okay. He gone. Yeah. This is just my opinion. It's my opinion. But speculation is one thing. I'm listening to a song and I'm like, oh, I think he talking about this. I wonder if he actually do this. Is he just like rapping or is he talking about his real life? You know what I'm saying? And you can like, I think they might actually do that. But you're still saying, I think they might actually do that. Once you find out that this person makes a habit of, beating people, beating women, and you're still celebrating him, you're celebrating that. And you're sending the message that that's okay. Twin.
What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Now, I think I'm about to go play your numbers in the lottery.
What?
So I think I'm about to go play your telephone number in the lottery. Your podcast, based on podcast number.
Well, that mean if you win, I get a cut.
You ain't put in on this, man.
I did. You're playing my number. Who came up with the number?
I did.
No, I did.
I'm pretty sure somebody got the last four of your number.
But that's not why you playing that number. You're playing it because of me. So I should get a cut.
What you want?
10%.
Let's go 2%.
5%.
I'm just messing with you, man. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up with you?
I can't call it, man. It was raining a little bit over at College Hill. Stop.
Oh.
Probably about to grab me some food, man. Got like me hungry. You need some ginger snaps or anything from Kroger's?
I could use some ginger snaps from Kroger.
Oh, you still eat them, or you still on your I'm
Actually,
down to
to
eat
be honest, I
diet?
haven't had any all year. I haven't had any all year. Or at least
Oh,
maybe I did. Maybe. No, I don't think I've had any all year.
that was your addiction?
Yeah. Well, I mean, just sweets in general.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But your ginger snaps are your favorite, right?
I don't know if they're my favorite, but I do like them.
Oh. Oh, okay. Damn, man. Hey, you talked about earlier you talked about Doomis and all that. Yeah, I heard. Excuse me. I heard of that Jerry Springer 2.0 on Lincoln where, and it was a back and forth and all that. And what kills me though, Emanuel, to be honest,
What is that?
use a bishop, a preacher, whatever, Bishop Bobby Hilton, and everything. You should have stopped that conference just because you work for a person, and you called a preacher, ordained, whatever your title is. You should have said, "Hey, this foolishness has got to stop." He should have took them both behind closed doors. Don't let the public know anything about him. To calm them down and talk to them. Hey, sister, we got to do it like this. And he's a man of God, and you know stop what they was doing, the foolishness, and you know, Unc got off. He was liking that because that's his job and everything. And you took after of him. You like Jerry Springer show and everything, and how he can get down.
Too loud.
I think he should have stopped. Talk to him behind closed because it was getting crazy, and her sister got fed up. You not gonna talk about my sister? I'll put my 2 cents in it and all that. So, yeah, I think he should have just stopped it because it was crazy, man.
Well, I don't know what he could have done to stop it.
He's a preacher, man, and what people come for advice and encouragement and uplifting, and that's what he
again,
called to do.
Just being a preacher, what could he have done to stop it?
I mean, you're a man of God. You
Right.
can, encourage people and like,
What
hey,
make you
y'all
think he
shouldn't do
didn't?
this. And, huh?
What make you think he didn't?
I mean, he would have said it.
Well, he kind of
Maybe he
did.
would've-
He did say
He didn't
that.
say it.
Yes, he did.
He didn't say it. He paused on it. He paused on it because I seen it. And he did the little Watusi in that chair, did the flip around. So he really didn't come out like, when Lincoln asked him a little bit of it, and then he faded away off of, oh, Lincoln, and
That I don't.
I'm
hold on.
the secretary of Doomis, and he couldn't really,
No,
it's like he was taking sides with Doomis.
No.
Yes, it was.
No.
From the looks that I saw of it,
Well,
yes, it was.
hold on. Let me.
He was siding with her.
No, I believe you're wrong. Now I'm saying I
Okay,
believe.
okay.
But I believe when it was kind of brought to him, what could he do? He kind of mentioned that he could talk to both of them, which says to me, I've tried to talk to both of them, but they're
He didn't
wrong
say
women.
nothing like that. So now you lying.
That I don't believe that's true. I believe that he did say that.
He didn't say nothing like that out of his mouth. So stop.
I
Stop
believe-
playing, man.
I believe
you quit
he-
believing because he didn't say it.
I believe he did say that. I believe that you're wrong. And he just, again, they grown women. He can't make them. Just being a preacher doesn't give him superpowers.
I ain't say make him. He can give me advice or talk to him. Like, hey, women.
I believe that
Come
he
on,
said
man.
that he had talked to them.
He didn't say nothing like that.
I
He
believe
didn't
you're
say
wrong.
that. You quit believing.
I
No,
believe
this ain't
you're
no
wrong.
fairy tale drink. Okay, I'll be wrong and stuff, but I don't.
Okay.
He didn't say it out his mouth. What you saying?
I think you're wrong. Where else would he say it out of? I hate when people say that. He didn't say it out his mouth. Where else would he say it out of? People talk out of their mouths typically.
Not really.
Where else do they talk out of?
They can stare at the wall and
That doesn't
Just
even
don't say it, just
don't
make
even
a
finish
face-
it because
face
it doesn't
expression.
even make sense.
You can make face expression without saying nothing. And when you see somebody, and like when you go to that walking club or whatever, and Lincoln see you, he go look at you upside down, He ain't got to say nothing. You know
Right.
what
So
that look
if I tell you, hey, I went to the walking club and Lincoln said hi, where else did
No,
Lincoln? Hold on.
no. Go
Let me.
on here with that
Can I?
extra stuff.
Can I
No,
get
you ain't
fin?
gonna get me
Can I
on this
finish?
one, player.
Can I finish?
You can talk to the tree about that one.
If I tell you, hey, twin, I went to the walking club, I saw Lincoln, and he said hi.
No, go on.
Ain't it
Quit
only one
trying
way
to
for
flip the
him to
script,
then
man.
say hi?
No, he
He
ain't gonna say
said
hi. He
it
gonna make
out
that
his
face
mouth.
expression. If he see you, he gonna make that face expression. If he see you that walking club or wear to the store, he go look like, man. He go think. He ain't gonna blurt it out loud or say it. He like.
But if he does say it, then he said it out his mouth. So you don't have to say
Whatever.
the out his mouth part.
I ain't Mr. Correction Officer and everything.
I'm just saying, this
Nah,
little
you
stuff,
ain't saying
little
nothing, man.
stuff
You
that
not
annoy
saying.
me, man. It just ain't no reason. You don't have to say, sir, like saying 10 a.m. in the morning. Either say 10 a.m. or 10 in the morning. You don't have to say both. I don't think it can be 10 a.m. at night. So just say 10 a.m. He
Man,
said
you can
it
say
out his
whatever you
mouth.
want to say. 10 a.m., 10 o'clock, whatever. People will know. They look at their watch. Oh, it is 10 o'clock. Come on, man. Why you gotta be extra,
Oh
man?
my goodness!
Come on, sir.
It just
Okay,
annoys me.
goodness.
It ain't the end of the world, but it does
And then,
annoy me.
matter of
when
fact,
people
let me
say it.
remix on this. Bring this A track out, cause you said when Dante called, I think it was Dante, when he called the other day, and you said the way that the who was that, the sheriff or one of them, the chief said something. She basically was saying about the black folks. So what part you didn't understand when she was saying it?
What was said was that she said black youth problem. Black youth or the problem, or whatever the verbiage was. If
Man,
she
she
didn't
wants to say.
if she didn't say that, don't say that she said it. Just because you believe that that's what she meant doesn't mean that's what she said.
I
It's an
forgot you part of
important
the good friend
distinction.
list too. You used to be part of the good friend list, so yeah.
I don't know
you
what that
right
means.
along with them.
I don't know
You
what
know
that
the
means.
good friend list
No.
that Lincoln got.
I've never been a
the
part of
circles
his
he
good
deal
friend
with.
list. But that's not. I genuinely. I don't want to believe that you don't understand what I'm saying.
I'm not trying to understand what you're saying, really,
Okay,
because
well
you're full of
that
it.
matters.
They're full of, because he was telling the truth. You know damn well she won't say black folk.
Right. So don't
The
say
white-
she said it. Don't say she said it if she didn't
Man,
say it.
what she really wanted to say it.
But hold on. That's different than saying she said it.
Man, her face expressing what she was saying. Like, man, just get it out. Quit beating around the bush. Say what you want to say. Just say you niggas, you YNs or whatever, you black folks. Just say it. Quit beating around the bush.
And if someone comes back and gives you a report and says the chief said that black people was ends, but says the word with the AR on it, then
Man, I don't care how she put it. She still got she said black.
But
she know what she was saying. You
didn't.
trying
That's
to
just
say, man,
it.
go
She
on.
didn't. She didn't. She didn't say it.
Yeah,
So
whatever.
stop
If
saying
you-
she said it if she
Man.
didn't say. This stuff ain't. I know some of my stuff be a little, you know what I'm saying? Like
It's
10
off and
like
everything, and
10
you
a.m. in the
extra.
morning
I'm a
ain't that
defend it. I'm
big
a
of a
say
deal.
it.
Okay, 10
You
a.m. in
off,
the morning
dude.
is not that big of a deal. I get it. For some people, it don't mean nothing. It does irritate me. But saying that somebody said something that they didn't actually say.
Did you say something irritate you?
Yes.
But the way you irritate people in the chat and all that,
How? How?
You saying something irritate you?
What did
The
I do
stuff
to
you
irritate
say-
somebody?
Man, you say so much in the chat
Like
or
what?
whatever.
Give me an example. Give me an example.
Man, it's so much you say, I just can't keep up.
Because you just made that up.
No, I ain't make nothing up. If
Yes,
I
you did.
see it in the chat, you just say something like, "Hey, I get on people's nerves." I'm like, "Yeah, he do,"
Yeah, you made
and
that
you
up.
admitted to it.
But you
Am I making that up? If you meant to, that you do stuff on purpose
again
to upset people, piss people off, you admitted to it, right?
Okay, let
In
me
the
ask you
chat.
this. Let me ask you this. There are a lot of people who believed and maybe still do believe that you love Donald Trump, right?
What you mean I love Donald Trump?
I said, listen to me. There are a lot of people who believed and still believe that you love Donald Trump based on a number of things that you've said. So if I came on here and I was listening to Lincoln's show today and Twin was on and Twin said he want to suck Donald Trump's D.
Now you're a fucking lie.
Oh,
Forgive
but wait
me,
a
Lord,
minute.
you full of shit,
I
nigga.
might think that
No.
that's what you meant.
No, you don't
when
say
you
no
said
gay
something.
shit like that, nigga.
Oh, wait a minute.
No.
Hold on. So it's important to say what you said and not what I think you meant.
No, man, you saying that you extra on some other level, man.
Wait a minute. Hold
no,
on.
you could have said something else.
You just said that she said the N-word, but she clearly didn't say the N-word.
No,
she didn't
you
even
trying to
say
be
black
funny, hype
youth.
up your crowd,
you
man.
just
Go on with that.
believe
You
that
could have
that's what
said
she
Twin.
meant. But when it's
Twin,
you, when I'm
push the
saying
shopping
that you
carts or
said
something, you
something
said some
that you didn't,
homosexual
even in the
stuff.
hypothetical, when I'm saying that you said something that you clearly didn't say, no, you want to set the record straight, right? You didn't say that, right?
I'm not setting the record straight on that crazy stuff that came out your
you
mouth.
Clearly didn't say it, so you don't want anybody to get on the radio and report that you said something that you didn't say, right?
Man, you can look at her body language and tell like she wants to say it. And
there are
it's
people
obvious,
who would look
man.
at you and
it's
say,
very
you
obvious.
can look at Twin's body
Don't take a
language,
damn
listen
rocket
to the stuff that
science to
Twin is
figure
saying,
nothing out
look at
like
his
that.
body language, and you can tell that's what he want to do.
That's what the hell you want to do, man. I can't even talk to you because you hyping up your crowd.
Wait a minute. Now you can't even talk to me because
no, man. Because I would have said I would agree with you on some other, but you on that
because I'm putting
rainbow Skittle
I might
stuff,
not want to
man.
say
I
that
ain't
based
with
on what I
that.
just said, but I'm putting. You don't want nobody putting words in your mouth, right?
You said something that'll piss me off, man.
And you don't think that insinuating that woman used the N-word might piss her off?
I ain't saying she used the N-word, but she want to say.
But okay, you're saying that she said that our problem is because of black youth.
Man, she knows she wants to say it, man. It's obvious.
But she didn't say it. That was the point
man.
that I was making to Dante. She didn't say it. So don't
now
say
you want to be Captain
that
Save
she
a Captain.
said it.
Captain Save a Chief or whatever she
nothing
is.
to do with save or nothing.
Man,
It's
okay.
as you would say, don't put
tell
words
it to a plain guy
in somebody's
and
mouth.
Stuff, man. I know what's going on. I know what's going on, and everything. You explain that to somebody else. It's obvious what she said, and you just look
What
at
did
it,
she
just
say?
listen. Like,
hold on, what did she say? What did she say?
Man, she's saying obvious it's a black problem.
What did she
say? She just really wants to
say?
come out. It's a black problem and everything.
What did
and my thing is
she
this,
say?
Emanuel.
No. Answer my question. Not what do you think she meant or what do you think she wanted to say. What did she say?
I think she said it's a black problem.
She didn't.
A black youth problem.
She didn't say that.
Said. Hey, man, look at this, man.
I think you say you love Trump.
You said what?
I think you saying you love Trump.
And why would you say that, man?
Because I think you love Trump. And that's what I think you saying when you say all that stuff about Trump that you say.
I don't even know that man from a can of paint. I just know he the president and other stuff. But
I think what you're saying is you love Trump. So if I go on and tell people Twin said he loved Trump, would I be wrong?
You entitled to whatever you want to say. I ain't you.
I don't even know what that
for
means.
Your own action and everything. You can say what you want to say.
I don't even know what that means.
Freedom of speech. You say what you want to say.
Okay.
I mean, I ain't got a control of you. You can say what you want to say. You assume that I love Trump or whatever?
No,
okay.
I'm saying that you said that you love Trump.
I didn't say nothing like that.
But that's what you meant.
I didn't mean nothing. That's your assuming.
No, that's what you meant. You might as well have said it.
No, I'm not saying that, player.
Right,
Come
you
on,
see
man.
how ridiculous that is to do to
No,
somebody?
it's not ridiculous.
It is ridiculous to do that to somebody.
No, who you think you trying to will a fortune around here, man?
I don't even know what that means.
No, you're not about to spend a block on me with that nonsense, man.
Again,
Come
I don't know
on,
what
Emmanuel.
that means.
You're not about to spend a block on me, man.
Okay.
You trying to reverse it all that, act like we on charges and prosecution guilty. No, man, you're not doing that. Trying to reverse the same question. No. Come on, man. It's obvious, man, what she said. She really won't say you niggas effing up around here. Come on, man.
And you really want to say you love Trump.
Man, you said what?
And you really want to say you love Trump.
Man, I don't know where you getting that from, man. That's you. If you love him, man, just say you love him.
You love him.
Man, I love all people, man, but no.
Yeah, including Trump.
I ain't got no hate towards nobody, man. White, black, Mexican, you name it.
All right. Look, you
I
can love
respect
Trump
you
if
as
you
a
want to love
person,
Trump.
man.
I'm not against you
We
loving Trump.
We supposed to love all people under God's eye.
So then just say you love
Enemies
Trump.
and all.
So then just say it.
Huh?
Then just say it.
I'm not gonna say nothing. You say it.
No, you say
love
it.
him. You love. No,
You
you
said
love
it.
him.
You said it.
No.
You
Come
said
on,
you
man.
love Trump. You said
Why
it.
you gotta be? That's back and forth like girly things. I don't do that, man.
You do
You want to
it.
do
You've
that,
been
man.
doing
This your
it. You've been doing it
podcast,
for 17
and that's why we
minutes.
can't. That's why you the only one out of podcasts I call got to be going back and forth. Why, man? We can't have a simple conversation.
You want to know why? Do you really want to know why?
Because you full of it.
That's not why.
I know. Yeah, yes, it is, and you admitted to it.
Do you
and
want to
your
know why?
admission, it showed me how you are.
Do you
what
want
type
to know
of person
why?
you is?
Do you want to know why? Because
you
I'm
angry.
No, because I'm the only one who won't just allow you to say nonsense and not immediately and directly challenge you on it and tell you that what you're saying is nonsense.
You can't charge me on none if I'm seeing it right there. I'm not the type of person to get along with a lot of people. If you talking BS to me, man, I'm not going to hear that nonsense. Go over there in that corner and talk to that wall. See, can you get an answer out of it? If not, just be a straight crash dummy.
I think
Come
you
on,
forgot.
man.
I think you forgot the question that you asked that I was answering.
Man, you know what I was asking. Asking whatever.
I know, and I
They
answered
all-
it, and
they-
then your response was nonsensical.
Oh, okay.
You asked,
Entitled to
why
whatever.
am I the only one?
Hey,
I'm the
hey,
only
Emanuel.
one that you
Emanuel,
get into
offset.
it like
Okay,
this
you
with.
offset. We left
and
that. We
yeah,
left that,
I'm
player.
saying it's because I'm the only one who immediately
Emanuel,
challenges
Emanuel.
you on the nonsense that you say.
Okay. You nonsense too. Hey, check this out, man. Don't you think, man? Say for instance.
All right.
I want to be real about this.
Are
Emmanuel,
you real or for
you
instance?
say, stop playing so much.
You
top
said,
head ass,
for
man.
instance, but I want to be real. Are we being real or are we talking in the hypothetical?
Come on, man. We grown folks, man. I'm about to talk to you.
All right, go
Hey,
ahead.
look, check this out, player. Hey, you think if you keep on telling a person, like, let me see this, how I want to put this. If you constantly telling a person, hey, I'm gonna be a drug addict and all that, and I'm gonna be a this and I'm gonna be that, and the way they keep on saying, our kids got a mental problem, our kids got this, our kids got that, that person got that. Don't you think that spirit will, like, keep dwelling into a person's life like that? It would spread like a disease, a wildflower or something like that?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. No. But now that you've said it out loud, can you say it again so that I understand it?
I'm just saying, like, you know how people, how the people, government, or whoever say we have a mental problem.
Okay.
There
are people with mental problems, but
yeah, we got a shooting problem. We got this problem.
okay.
Break-in problem.
We have a crime problem. Sure.
Yeah, okay. Emmanuel, if you constantly saying all this and everything, and you're not finding a strategy or solution to the problem, that spirit gonna keep on moving around, right?
No, not necessarily.
Let me tell you why. That's how my point of view of it.
Okay.
If you're constantly saying that, well, I ain't gonna never pass this grade. I might as well drop out and all that. I ain't gonna pass this class. If you constantly keep saying that, that's gonna dwell in your mind and spirit that, hey, you just ain't gonna pass it. And so I look at it like this, and I was thinking about it. Yes, I'm like, people say, they go, we got a mental problem. We got this. We got this. Okay, we got all this. Why y'all not finding a solution to it? You got an alcohol problem. You a thief, a robber, a murder, whatever. Why y'all? And y'all keep saying all this, but why y'all not saying it? And as long as y'all keep saying it across the world, across the country, we always gonna have that problem.
Well, I don't agree with
That
you,
was my concern.
but
I was just asking,
right.
and I was thinking about that for a minute, a day or two. I'm like, man, we had this, we had that, and people thinking that way. If you keep constantly thinking that way, and you telling folks you can't do this, and you'll go be a drug addict, and everybody else will be, and how we gonna overcome that?
Well,
It has to be a solution and some strategy to the situation, the problem.
I think two things. First,
Yeah.
I hate the way that you say dwell. Just so you know, that's all whatever, because you say dwell. I don't like that, but that's unimportant. Number two, it's different saying you ain't never gonna be nothing and looking at things going on in the community and saying
Yeah.
that the things that are happening is actually happening. Like if somebody break in your house, it's not going to convince people to break in your house more to keep saying somebody broke in my house. Like, no, if you got a rash of break-ins in your neighborhood and you're telling people we have a problem with people breaking into houses, that's not necessarily going to make the problem worse. If anything, that's just alerting people to the problem. So I think that what you're saying is two different things. I agree with you. Telling people you ain't going to never be nothing and stuff like that is bad. And that might dwell in somebody's spirit and make them decide that they're not going to be anything. But saying, look, cars are being broken into, we have an issue, that's totally different than you ain't gonna never be
Subtract
nothing.
the car manual. My bad. Subtract the car break-in. Just say mental health or something like that, or suicidal, something crazy.
But saying that that there are people in the community that have mental health issues, when we know that's true, doesn't necessarily encourage more people to have mental health issues. If anything, it just alerts people. And what you would hope is that it would, kind of to your point, make people look at it and say, wow, we do have mental health issues. We need some mental health assistance in the community. I don't
But you
agree.
keep on dwelling in people's head and throwing that fireball at them like, hey, you ain't gonna do this, you ain't gonna be nothing, you ain't gonna do this, you just gonna be a mental stupid little dummy out here and all. No, you can't do that.
But at first,
You gotta find.
I don't know that people are doing that. First, I don't think people are saying that to people. I think when you hear people talking about the fact that there are people in our communities walking around with mental health issues, they're trying to bring attention to the fact that there are people walking around with mental health issues. I don't typically see people saying, "Hey, you got mental health issues, you're a dummy." You know, that's not typically what I see and hear.
Right. I was just concerned about that. Like, y'all know we have a mental problem and this going on and it's spreading across the country. What is solutions that we can stop this? What y'all go keep doping them up with Percocets or Adderall? Not Adderall, but I forgot that other one called that calm me down medicine. But
I don't think Percocets are used for that.
not Percocet, but it was I forgot the name of it. It calms you down, take away your whatever you was thinking, and that's because I had took it for it's like a depression pill. I forgot the name of it, and I took it one time and man, it worked.
Oh,
It lasted some hours, boy. I mean, it took away what I was going through and my thoughts and everything. Like, I mean, it really. I like, what is these? She go, oh girl, telling these depression, these whatever you going through is. That day of you fighting it, it'll calm you down. It really calmed me down. I didn't think about, what I was going through.
oh.
I said, I need to get prescribed to these. But I took a couple of times, and I'm like, I'm not really no pill popper and everything. But
You might need it though, if it was helpful to you.
no. I'm not going to bruise my, kidneys like that, taking all that medicine, because I really don't take medicine. No,
Okay.
I can't do that. No, but I had took it because I was going through a lot and, thinking about my mama a lot and my sister. And, I had something to calm me down. And, I don't do drugs or none of that. But, you know,
Was it lithium?
no,
Lexapro?
no, none of that. I
Ritalin?
don't even. No, Redlands, that's for crazy kids.
I don't know. I'm just trying to help you figure out what the pill was. I don't know. A few people put it in the screen. I didn't know.
I think it's Zoloft.
Zoloft. Okay.
Yeah, it was Zoloft. That's what it was.
Whose Zoloft was you taking?
Huh?
Whose Zoloft was you taking?
Come on, man. Get out of my business, man.
You
I
brought
told
it.
you.
Okay, you're right. I shouldn't be in your business.
Okay, no, well, now you got probably FBI and everybody else listening to you, what you do, and I'm not gonna go into details.
Ain't nobody
about
listening.
That.
Ain't no FBI
Man,
listening to this
man,
show with
you got
7
friends.
viewers.
You got 12 listen. Somebody listen. Best believe that. Somebody
But here,
listen.
all I would say is, if it was helpful to you, and it calmed you down, and you find yourself not being calm a lot.
No. I don't think about it, man. I got a set time at 6:00. I pray. And it's been like that for like 10 years, maybe 12 years.
And that calms you down.
Yes, it
Okay.
does.
Well,
To be honest,
it's coming up on that time. I need you to.
no, I got an alarm though. I take like a minute to thank God for everything. And I pray for people, man.
Okay.
Like if I hear something on Facebook or I get a call such and so, I stop what I do immediately, man, and pray. That's how I've been. I was taught like that since I was shorty under my mom and everything.
Did you even used to do that even when you were in the organization?
Yeah. No. You talking about the alarm when I did the alarm stuff? When I'm on alarm?
Oh, when you used to just at 6:00, whatever going on, you stop whatever you're doing and you pray.
No.
Okay.
No, but I gotta tell you, face, so I can't say it over the phone. It's way different.
That's reasonable.
It's way different for me. Yeah. Well, we did, I know exactly we did pray under,
Wait, when you were in the organization, y'all prayed?
Of course you pray, man.
Really?
What? You didn't know that?
No, that sounds kind of counter to the organization.
I mean, if you go to any organization, pray, man. I don't know if Fraternal or Mason or KKK.
Okay, now I'm asking something. So you in the organization, the GDs, okay? And you telling me what the GDs would get together in the morning, hold hands in a circle, and Lord Jesus, help us sell these drugs to the people. Lord Jesus, help us.
See, there you go. See, there you go.
I'm asking. I don't know.
God, why you being asked to tell my Lord Jesus sell these? Why would we say, Lord, help us sell these drugs? Come on, now that's disrespectful to God.
But that's what y'all
Come
were
on,
doing.
don't
That's
do
what
that.
I'm asking. What when you say y'all prayed as an organization? Y'all were an organization that was selling drugs to people and shooting people and shit. What was y'all praying about?
I can't explain to you, especially on the phone. I can't do it on the phone. Just know that I can't do it on the phone.
Okay.
I can't do it on the phone.
But y'all got together, held hands in a circle, and prayed.
I can't answer that.
That's either you can't be convicted of praying.
Just know you stand in the 360-degree angle.
What?
See, you don't know about
No, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. I didn't hear what you said.
I say, just know you stand in the 360-degree angle.
Okay.
You know what a 360-degree angle is?
Well, that's a circle.
Oh.
Okay.
It's a point to point. I really have to explain it to you face to face. I can't really talk about it over the phone.
All right.
And I would have to explain it to you. You will feel me what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I really can't.
I would love for you to explain that to me one day.
Yeah, I will. What else on the chopping block, man? Did Diddy get free?
No, I think
I
it's.
haven't been watching it.
I think they finished closing arguments. Now I'm sure they'll argue about jury instructions, and then it'll go to the jury.
So both defense rest their case?
I believe so. Yeah, but yeah, they
Oh.
definitely both rested their case, and they're doing closing arguments, or I think they finished closing arguments.
He been gone about, what, a year or two?
I don't think so. No, I think it's been about a year. I think it's been about a year.
Yeah, he'll get time served. I believe he'll get time served. He learned his lesson.
All right. Hey, one last question. Remember you told me that at some point you had women working for you and you would send them places and they would do things?
Escort service?
Yes.
What about it?
Did y'all pray too?
Come on, man.
I'm just curious.
You try to be funny how you up your crowd, man.
I'm asking. Did y'all pray at the escort service?
No disrespect, but when you ready to make love to your wife, do you pray?
No.
Okay, then.
Okay.
Okay, just your answer.
Okay.
You ain't gonna be bumping those stump and all that.
Well, no. But you ran the escort service. You know, you put her on a plane. So y'all might have been.
I pray for some monkey, man.
No,
Let
but
that monkey
y'all
shake
might have
tonight
been.
and all that. I pray that this monkey shake tonight. What I look like?
But
man?
y'all might have.
Praying
No,
to God.
y'all might have been at the airport because I'm sure that was before 2001. So y'all was at the gate when she was getting ready to get on the plane, and you know, Lord Jesus, help her get on the plane.
I didn't do
and Lord Jesus.
I didn't do out of town.
Okay.
Most of it was in town
Okay.
or different cities. I didn't do in town.
Okay.
I mean, out of towns, really.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey man, I appreciate your call. I got
can't believe you
another
asked
caller
that,
coming
man.
in.
All right, mate.
Have a great weekend.
Okay.
All right. Quinn,
Yes, sir.
how you doing?
I'm good, man.
All right. What's on your mind?
I don't have no confidence in none of y'all.
None of who?
None of y'all. Anybody on the chat, anybody, anybody.
What?
Y'all offered this man no like type of service.
Who?
None whatsoever.
Offered who's?
You didn't offer him.
What? Who was looking for service?
He was looking for service.
You might not have understood the conversation, but why do you say that?
No, I absolutely understood the conversation.
Why do you believe he
That
was looking
man-
for? Why do you believe he was looking for service?
Not that he was looking for it, but he needs it,
Why do you say that?
and somebody has to provide it.
But why do you think what services do you think he needs?
I think he needs some kind of mental awareness. Like, he needs service. He needs service. And you provided none.
What service?
And he talks to you. He talks to you constantly.
But what service do you think I'm supposed to be providing?
No, not that you need to provide it. Maybe you need directing. Is what I'm saying. I don't know. But the man is obviously like completely lost. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's somebody need to be out there like holding up a lantern like, come this way.
That's what
Like,
I was.
come this way.
I'm gonna challenge you and say that's what I think I was doing.
Well, I'm maybe in a sort of a kind of a way where you like you're talking to him,
Right.
but there's a certain way that you have to kind of direct people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
I don't know.
I don't know how to explain it, but he just like, I mean, he's a good dude, man.
Wait, just so I'm
He's
clear.
a good dude.
Hold on, Quinn. Just so I'm clear, because I'm slightly confused about what it is that you're trying to say that you can't clearly articulate. So You're saying we're talking about Twin, the caller that just got off the air.
Mm-hmm.
And he called in, and you believe that he needs some sort of mental health services.
Yes, absolutely.
Why do you think he needs mental health services? I think he's very much aware of who he is and what he believes. And what makes you think he needs mental health service? Because he was taking Zoloft?
You saw that comment, right?
What comment?
Never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay. Yeah, I already picked out what he was talking about. He was taking.
Okay.
You was trying to run through the things that he was talking about,
Right,
and I knew exactly what he was talking about.
But I want to be helpful, so help me help him. Tell me what I can do to help him for the next time he calls.
All right. Let me see. How can I help? How can I help Twin? Let me see. Twin has become disillusioned by the things that he's seeing, right?
Okay.
He's become disillusioned about, like, he's been disconnected from all the shit that he was saying.
Okay.
Because you got to think about where he come from, right? He comes from a situation where it's one or the other. You're either with us or you're against us.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So
okay.
Now he's trying to figure out where he fits in. So he tries to find a spot where his thing is they're all against us. So therefore I'm against y'all. You're either with me or you're against me.
All right.
Right?
Okay.
Does that make sense? I'm
following you so far. I'm following you so far.
I'm trying to ride with you.
Okay.
Okay. So now he's trying to figure out how to make sure that what his choice was, because it wasn't about him having or choosing a thing. It was like, okay, now I got to choose a thing.
All right.
So therefore, he has to figure out how to make his choice make sense.
Well, see, now here's where I think we part ways. I think that he's resigned himself to the fact that his choice may not have made sense. And he's just comfortable with the fact that he made a choice, even if it doesn't make sense.
Right. Dig that. I understand. I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
Because you got to understand, when you make a choice, you can't go back on that choice. You got to ride that choice out to the end.
Right. Right. So with all of that being said, how do you perceive that I can help him?
I don't know how you can help him. I don't know anybody can help him. But what I'm saying is, you can't like force him into a spot. See, I'm kind of like clouded as far as when it comes to making somebody turn around. But I know where their faulty came from. Their faulty came from somebody talked to a certain spot in them to make them make a choice.
Hold on. Wait, just...
You see what I'm saying?
Hold on. Save your point. It's like, put a bookmark right there.
Yeah. All right.
I just have to... Did you say you know where his faulty came from?
Yes. I know where his faulty came from. His faulty came from...
His faulty.
Because it's faulty. It's not a real word. Okay. Don't fault me on that.
Okay.
Fault.
All right. Go ahead. Back to your point. I apologize.
But what I'm saying is, like, his thinking comes from he's let me see. Like, he has a Christian background, right?
Right.
So there are certain things that trigger him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it puts him in a certain mind state. And then if somebody else says, not even does, just says certain things, it puts him in a mind state where it's like, okay, yeah, you right. It don't even matter if his Christian mind goes to a certain spot and the data doesn't match with what he thinks about. His mind is already there.
So Quinn, what can we do?
What we can do is, well, I don't even know. You asked me a big question.
Uh-huh.
I really don't know, because I deal with this with my mama.
Oh.
I really don't know. You see what I'm saying? Like, I grew up Jehovah's Witness, and they are way off point.
Oh.
In my mind.
Okay.
As far as I can stand, but
So
I mean,
wait a minute. What is your mama doing wrong?
Thing.
What's your mama doing?
What do you mean?
What is your mama doing?
My mama is cool. She's she's dealing with some little health issues, but what I'm saying is, like, she taught me a lot.
Okay.
I deal with it. I relax with her. Like, I go over there and check on her and all this other stuff. I bring her water because she wants water.
That's important.
I mean, that's literally the only thing she wants from me.
Stay hydrated.
Like, she wants water.
Yeah.
Weird thing. It's a weird thing. But anyway, look, like, I understand. Like, most Christians are not, most black Christians
No.
came to Christianity because that's what they grew up with.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like, they didn't just like, oh, hey, there's Christianity. Let me go find it. Let me see what they talk about. Like, and then, no, we grew up with it.
Right.
We didn't just like happenstance on it.
Okay.
It was what we grew up with.
Agreed.
Like, we had to go to church. We had to do this thing.
I think the same.
We had to put on the suit and all this other stuff. I had to go to the doors and knock on them for my friends that would. The next day, they'd be like, "Oh, this nigga was at my door." Like, that's what I had to do.
Right, but I think the same could be said for almost the entire world. Every religion, every race, every population. Typically, your first introduction to a religion or something is what you were raised with. But how is that helping Twin?
I don't know what that has to do with Twin.
Oh.
But I'm going to say this. What I'm saying is, Twin believes something, right? Twin believes something.
He does believe something.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, allow him to believe that. If that makes him a better person, allow him that.
Okay.
Because that keeps Twin off my ass.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? Like, he that keeps Twin from fighting me.
And we
you
don't
see
want
what I'm saying? Like, that keeps Twin from becoming an adversary that I have to fight.
Okay. May I ask you a question?
Yes.
Have you had anything to drink?
Absolutely.
What you drinking on? What you drinking on?
I'm drinking Tito's. What you mean?
You drinking what?
Tito's.
I don't know what that is.
It's vodka.
So that vodka done kicked in.
Man,
okay.
You just exposed the hell out of me, man. What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
What? I'm just asking. Because initially you called in to say I was not giving Twin the help that he needed. And somehow it devolved into Jehovah Witnesses and people asking for water and Twin being on your ass.
No, but what I was saying was that's Twin's like thing. He wants to be like a ultra Christian, right?
I don't think so.
Yes,
no,
absolutely.
No, Twin. I believe. I believe he just has a belief and a faith, but I don't think he wants to be any more Christian than anybody else.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what you say?
Yeah.
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 He said his mama. He said his mama was a pastor or a preacher or something.
I think he at one point
If I'm
said she
wrong,
was an
maybe I'm wrong.
evangelist.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
you
so
see what
vodka,
I'm saying?
huh?
Like, I was just talking. I'm just talking with what I know. I don't talk about nothing I don't know.
So vodka.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, you just straight up exposing the nigga.
Well,
Like,
may I ask you a question?
Yes.
How much have you drank so far just today? When did you start drinking today?
When did I start
Yeah.
drinking?
Yeah.
No. Don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
No, I want the answer. I do. Yeah.
No, don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
But I do want the answer.
Hey, but what would answer would be suffice for you?
The truth?
2 hours ago.
Okay. And you had a few.
Right.
So you feeling real good right now.
Yeah, I'm feeling very good.
Well, I hope you enjoy your weekend, man. I hope you staying cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I seen you on the movie of the other day.
Me?
Yeah. What's that movie with Viola Davis and she the president? And you were standing behind her and she was talking. I was like, oh, that's Emanuel right there. Oh, straight up great. Straight up great.
Oh. You mean you saw somebody that you believe looks like me?
Look dead on your ass, man.
Okay. All right. Hey, man, stay cool out there and eat something too while you know what I'm saying, enjoying yourself.
Oh, I'll smash, man.
Okay. All right.
Hey, man, be safe.
You do the same.
I love you, man.
I love you too.
Peace.
Peace. All right. Yeah, that kind of explains a little bit of what was happening. A little bit of what was happening. Okay. I don't really know where one goes from there. I don't. I in all honesty, I didn't know what he said, Tito. I didn't know what that was. I genuinely didn't know what that was. And initially, I didn't think that it was, that he was. Jerica?
You know I was about to call. Why did Quinn say, oh my gosh, why did Quinn say that you are the one who put his business out there? You blasted him for being drunk. I was like, sir, you did that on your own.
Well, he feel like I didn't have to ask him the question about if he had been drinking and that, he's going to be honest. So I exposed him. Yeah.
Yeah, but he did that himself. Clearly he was slurring. He couldn't put his thoughts together. Twin being on his ass and then you being on a movie. So they was on your ass. I was like, this is really going in a weird direction.
Well, he
I've never
scared
heard
me
Quinn
for a
call him
minute because I
before.
thought maybe I was in a movie and didn't know it. I was really nervous about,
Right, of
maybe
what
being
movie
in the
it was.
background of somebody's movie. I was going to have to go sue and get me some residuals or something. But
Right.
yeah.
I was like, maybe it was a sex tape since
Oh.
Quinn was talking about that.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't have been that.
You don't know what Tito's is?
No,
Are you serious? Are you joking?
no, I'm 100% serious. I
I
don't
mean, I know
drink.
you don't drink, but
Yeah,
I
no.
mean, oh,
No, I
Okay.
genuinely look. I'm gonna tell you, I don't drink. I don't know alcohols. I don't know alcohol etiquette. I don't none of that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I
there's
genuinely,
alcohol etiquette.
huh?
There's alcohol etiquette.
There is alcohol etiquette.
Oh,
You know that there are people who
you
like,
don't know.
because I have friends and they go out, they meet and they drink.
In
And I'll be like,
different
why don't y'all
dwellings.
ever invite me? And they like, nobody want to invite nobody while they drinking who don't drink. Like, etiquette wise. Did you know, I'm learning stuff. You're not supposed to toast like with a non-alcoholic drink. I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. You're not supposed to like toast with water or something like that. That's bad luck.
Why?
I didn't know, and this is I did not know, like I was trying to fake once, like I was drinking, and so I had some tea in my glass, and I had a straw in it. I was not aware that men don't drink out of straws. I had no idea.
Did you have an umbrella in your
sipping
cup
out
as
the
well?
straw? I did not know. There's alcohol etiquette, and I'm not aware of it. Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know that men don't drink out of straws. I was a bartender for a very long time, and men drink out of straws.
I was told men don't drink out of straws.
Well, you shouldn't have an umbrella in your drink. Did you have an umbrella in your drink?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was just like, it kind of looked like a dark alcoholic, because, it was iced tea. And so it was in, I'm going to say, it wasn't a wine glass. It was in a shot glass, I guess. Not a shot glass, just one of those glasses. I don't know. Like what you might put, I don't know, some whiskey in or something. And I had a straw in there, and I was drinking it out of the straw. And somebody came up and told me, like, men don't drink out of straws, bro. And I was like, really? Well, it was like, yeah, no.
And then they didn't let you toast with them.
Well, we never toasted.
Oh, okay.
But no, there is alcohol etiquette that I'm not aware of. So no, I don't know what Tito's is. I'm guessing just contextually that it's a brand apparently of vodka.
It is.
So yeah, I just learned something.
Okay. Okay, so it sounds like your friends don't invite you to any dwellings that they go to if there's going to be consumption of alcohol.
Oh, I apologize, twin. It caught me off guard the way you said it, and I couldn't not address it. So I apologize.
I thought he was saying derail. I was like, what is he saying, derail? But yeah, I didn't realize he was saying dwell. I've never heard that. Kind of like Cool Whip. Like,
yeah, dwell. It caught me off guard.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. So what are you doing this weekend?
Printing shirts, and if I don't get out there tonight this weekend, I'll be recharging my AC.
Okay. All right, well, I didn't want anything really. I was just calling simply because a drunk person called in on live air, and you did not say, sir, stay home and don't drink and drive.
I'm
That was your responsibility
I'm
at that
fairly
moment.
certain that he's not going to be drinking and driving.
How do you know?
I just got a feeling. I got a feeling as a, a former Jehovah's Witness. He used to go to people's doors and knock on their doors and all that kind of stuff. That instills a level of responsibility in you. And so I feel like, he been drinking, 5:40? So he started drinking probably at around 3 o'clock. He's in for the evening. He just chilling, relaxing, enjoying himself.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. Because, that was your responsibility at that moment to request that he not drink and drive.
Man, I got to help everybody. He called in and tell me I got to help Twin. Then you call in and tell me I got to help him. Now, who going to call in and tell me I got to help you?
I don't know. I guess that call's coming up next because Twin is going to try to call back in. Twin's going to try to call back in. Twin's how he punches in the air because he hates when I call in and speaks on him, but he's already called in. So he'll try to keep calling until the show comes to a close. So, yeah, there's that. Oh, do you know, I don't know, were you on, whose show was that? Lincoln. Were you in the comments today?
No.
Let me tell you what Twin said. So we were talking about, what were we talking about? Oh my God, who keeps calling me? I don't know. We were talking about, what were we talking about? Oh, talking about him. So at the very end of the show, Twin was on hold. So everyone was like, oh my God, don't let him on. It's about to end. So Lincoln brought him on and was like, "Hey, twin, I guess you got to wait till Monday." He was like, "What's your hating ass?" Somebody put in the comments, oh no, he put in the comments. So it's okay. There are other podcasts, and I I commented, "Yeah, we dread your calls there too." So it's not like it's any different. He said to me something with your dick watching ass, and I was like, "What does that even mean?" And then I said, "Well, the way that you behave is more like a dick rider." So I was just so caught off guard that he said such a thing, and was just wondering, what is your take on what that may mean? The dick watching ass.
I have no idea.
Do you think
Well,
that was gangster talk?
no, I just if I'm just trying to process it right now. If, and twin, I'm not saying that you are. If he is a D rider, because I don't be saying all that vulgar stuff. If he is a D rider,
That's a lie.
then you would be watching the D's to see if he gonna ride them.
Oh, maybe that is what it is. Okay, because I was confused, and I said I need to process this with someone to get a different perspective. Because it caught me off guard. I didn't know what to say in response to it, so I just kind of went along with it. But okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, all right. Well, thanks for explaining that to me. I appreciate it.
All right.
All right, so that's it for me. I will talk to you soon.
All right. Enjoy your weekend and do not drink and drive.
You too. And tell Anthony Prosser, don't be out here letting me pee on him.
For the right amount of money, he will allow it.
I don't know how much that is, Anthony. You better stop that, bro. That's not healthy. But you know what? I'm not here to judge you. If you want a man to pee on you for a certain amount of money, have at it. Live and let live. All right, then. See you later.
All right.
Bye.
All right. That was Jerica. Wow. Okay. Tria says that's gangster for crotch watching. What is crotch watching? I've never been in a gang organization. So and I'm not from Chicago, so I don't know some of these organizational terms. I don't know some of these organizational terms. So what is crotch watching? I genuinely don't know what it means. But okay, what was I talking about? I was actually talking about something before the madness started. I don't remember. Oh, I was talking about the baseball player who was convicted and given basically a suspended sentence for having, I guess, sex with the 14-year-old. And I was saying that as the entire worldwide society, we really have to protect our teenagers. I was expressing that, hey, think back to when you were 14. You needed protection. Even though you thought you knew everything, you needed protection. And that's what we have to be for our young people. So to let someone take advantage of a young person, yes, parents, that 10 years in prison for the mama, that feels like a good choice. The suspended sentence for the person who actually did it, that feels like a terrible choice. I feel like that sends the wrong message to the world, because that wasn't like here in the United States. That sends the wrong message to the world about how we feel about our young people and how we protect them. I'd rather see people who do bad things to young people. You know how they talk about young people and old people. I think people who do things to them should receive harsher sentences than, somebody who does something to, somebody in their prime. I feel like I've lost control of this show. I do. I feel like I've lost total control. Ain't nobody listening to me talking about protecting the kids when a man has sent in a message saying that he cool with men peeing on him for the right price. And when someone else has called in, feeling really good. And when Twin has called in and said all of the stuff that he said. And of course, you can't forget CK, who was saying stuff, but then a ruckus happened in the background and he had to go. I feel like it's out of control now. It's out of my hands. It's time, I think, for me to go. I have stuff that I have to do anyway. Look, I want y'all to get out. I want y'all to, first, stay cool. But then I want you to get out and, kind of enjoy this weather a little bit. Hopefully there are a number of things to do going on. I haven't been to see a live band in a minute. And I love to go watch cover bands. So I might get out tomorrow night and check out a cover band or two. Spend maybe an hour or so here and maybe an hour or so there. Check out a band or two. But hopefully you can get out and enjoy yourself. And, when you're not out, of course, stay cool. Do your best to stay cool. And as this weekend progresses, be the reason that somebody smiles. Till next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.